She's sleeping with someone.
Melody Grant is a single woman.
It's Marcus Walker.
And if word gets out that Melly is sleeping with a black man, you lose your base.
This is the part where you're supposed to give me some advice. Some grand opinion.
No, I'm not interested in play acting this morning. Olivia, I am late for work. You're here pretending you don't already know what you have to do. You know it's clear, you just don't want to.
She loves him.
Well, that doesn't matter. It never matters. You know that. That oval is yours. It belongs to you. But you have to get her there. Now, she wants it. She wants it almost as badly as you do. But there is a difference. She is weak. She is undisciplined. She is soft. She has never been hungry for anything. She has never learned the hard way that love is a privilege reserved for the victor. But you know. You understand. I raised a warrior. Everyone and everything that you love is a weakness. Eyes on the prize, baby.
First off, I want to apologize for lacking in scandal reviews because the episodes air at 9 o'clock on Thursdays and I'm actually not home until about 10 on Thursdays. I don't watch them until Friday, and normally I would just cover the trailer the next day, but just my schedule's been a little bit more busier than I would like it to be, so I've had to essentially sacrifice the scandal reviews. But the sneak peek for Extinction came out at a really nice time, which I love. ABC loves Scandal. I think they really promote Shonda Rhimes' shows exceptionally well. So I wanted to at least discuss the sneak peek for Extinction, offer my thoughts on a couple of episodes, and also briefly talk about the ratings for the season so far, because it's a little bit lower than normal. So, sneak peek, and I guess prior reviews as well. First off, I've been enjoying this season so much. I love that Cyrus is essentially getting his just desserts. I know a lot of people love Cyrus for being Cyrus, but I think he's just such a villainous character, and I don't feel bad for him at all. I don't feel bad for Tom either. Like, I'm totally okay with them being in jail. Like, they are just not good characters. They do not deserve a happy ending, and they definitely do not deserve the oval, at least in regards to Cyrus. Tom, he's an assassin, and at this point, I think it's okay that he stays in jail. So I really am enjoying everything that is going on with those two. Then at the same time, we have this whole who killed Frankie Vargas issue. And I love how that's just being just lightly sprinkled throughout the course of the episode, but also dealing with Olivia's issues with Jake. That was particularly last week's episode, where we got a lot of Jake Ballard, and Scott Foley really got a chance to shine. Now, I think the character of Jake is a little bit more bland than usual, and I think that Scott Foley, he just really played the character so stern and stoic that I didn't like it, and he was really rude to his wife, Vanessa, who, by the way, is not like a character I love, but I love how Olivia's just trying to get him to break down his walls, and he's not doing it. And the end of the episode, where the girl who essentially ratted on Cyrus is still alive, I thought, oh wow, that's quite a change. But then, at the same time, we found out that Olivia's name is attached to a wire to pay for the assassination of Frankie Vargas, and I thought, oh my god, Shonda Rhimes is going to the far reaches of anywhere, of the galaxy, essentially, to make the show even more interesting and more shocking, more scandalous, pun, than it normally has been. So I'm liking where the season is going. The direction's interesting. The writing is intensive, though I think the Jake episode wasn't needed. I would have preferred it to be more focused on Melly, but this sneak peek actually revolves around Melly without Melly actually being in it. Now, first off, Olivia and her father are not discussing the whole wiring of the money and the assassination and what she's going to do, and her father seems to not want to tell her about anything that's going on in the behind the scenes with it. And I'm like, why is Eli hiding this from her? But it's because he loves her. He's trying to protect her. And it's really interesting that he's saying that, because Eli is a character that doesn't believe in love. He's essentially, if you guys will watch Once Upon a Time, one of the things from from Korra, one of the villains of season 2, was love is weakness. And Eli's kind of a male Korra in that regard. But he's doing the opposite here with trying to keep Olivia protected. But now Olivia, because she is relatively unaware of what's going on. She's just focusing on getting Mellie in the White House because there's no obstacles, I should say. There's plenty of opportunities for Mellie to get in the White House. Just there's no obstacles blocking her path anymore. So now she's really focusing on getting Mellie in there, and she's excuse me, she has to deal with the whole ramifications of the affair with Marcus, or I guess the relationship with Marcus gets out because Eli Bladen says it's an African American male with a white woman, which really shouldn't be an issue at all, but because of just the politics and whatnot and the way that Shonda Rhimes writes the show, you could see there'd be some scandalous headlines of whatnot attacking Mellie's persona more so than attacking Marcus's. So I really like the sneak peek. I think Eli has a lot of crazy secrets. Though I have to say at the same time, I think Eli's character kind of is not boring, but I think that they need a new villain. But at the same time, the show really hasn't decided to do a new villain. They're using older characters, and I think that's smart, so to allow us to really stick with the characters we know. But with Eli, who's not a villain, but they've introduced, as I said, the person who withdrew the money in order to protect themselves and to essentially get Mellie into the White House, which I still think is a little weird. I mean, it's just all back and forth. But I want to see like a real powerful villain come in and usurp Eli's power 100%. I would like to see Mama Poe come back, but I really want to see Mellie get into the White House. So another thing I wanted to briefly discuss is the ratings. So the premiere episode of season 6 had about 7.6 million viewers watching it. Now, the premiere episode of season 5 had 10.25 million people watching it. And then for the second episode, it had 9 million in season 5 and only 6.5 in season 6. So there's been a very, very big dip in the ratings, which is very shocking, and I don't like it. So I'm just using the Wikipedia to pull out these numbers, but if you look at the ratings, after you hit about episode 10, it looks like, the numbers significantly dip into the 6s, and now they've stayed into the 6s statically, which is not very good for Scandal. But it's already been renewed for season 7, but at the moment it's just hitting all-time lows because episode 5 ratings hasn't been released yet, which I think is weird because episode 5 was last week. Oh, sorry, I read it wrong. Episode 5 has the lowest ratings of all. I was getting confused with episode 4 from the way the chart was. Episode 5 has 5.6 million or 5.26 million viewers watching it. That's the lowest between I think even 4. I don't think 4 had any of the 5 million views. Yeah, 4's lowest was in the 7s. 7 million. So it dropped significantly by 2 million viewers for season 6, and it's bad. Like, that's bad, but it's also been renewed for season 7, so it needs to find a way to draw the audience back in, and ABC definitely will do that because ABC heavily promotes this show. I think Kerry Washington is a fantastic actress, and I'm just really curious because it keeps dipping. Like I said, the first episode had 7.6, the second episode had 6.4, the third episode had 6.2, then the episode before that, episode 4, had 6.06, and then there was 5.26 million. So I'm really curious where episode 6 is going to fall with getting views. Hopefully it'll be a little higher because we're going to get more revealed. I think They All Bow Down, which was the episode after the little break they have for 2 weeks, wasn't promoted as heavily as the other ones. But anyway, I think the sneak peek was really good. Thank you for listening to my little ramble and review on everything regarding Scandal. Hopefully I can review episode 6, Extinction, on Thursday. If not, I will discuss it at some point next week. All right, guys. Bye.